I'm currently crying because my sister took my Levi's jeans and stained them with period blood. I yelled at her and cussed at her, and I'm sitting here crying because I don't want to be pregnant anymore. Where's the correlation in that, you may ask? I get irritated. I get mad at every little thing, and I'm over it. I just feel like I'm mean and miserable. And I'm just so done being pregnant. Like, I'm pissed. Like, I can't even shit. Like, I know this is funny, but it's not funny. But it's funny. Like, I can't even take a shit. And I'm pregnant, so obviously I want to eat everything I see, right? And I literally can't, because if I do, my stomach is going to blow up. So that's where I'm at right now. Everyone and everything just irritates the shit out of me, and if I don't have this baby soon, I'm gonna freak the out. I'm 40 weeks in 3 days, and if she's not out on her own, I get induced in 5 days. I don't want to wait 5 days. Like, everything is just stressing me out and making me so angry. Me and the baby's dad are not together, so that is just another fucking thing. I'm so like tired of this. I'm getting stretch marks. I feel ugly. Like, I don't know if I'm being dramatic as right now, because I know I'm pregnant. This is the first time I've like cried like this. Like, I have not cried like this. I think I just needed to let it all out, because there's a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions that I'm feeling. Like, I'm so excited to be a mom, and this is what I wanted, and I made that decision. A bitch just needs to cry a little bit, okay? Why do I look good when I cry? That was depressing. I'm signing off. I'm literally soaking in tears. Hey, all you people. Update, today is the next day, and I've had contractions since 10 o'clock last night. I'm very low, and I'm in pain. I think we're gonna head out soon. God probably heard me crying last night, and he's like, please shut up. I don't want to be pregnant anymore. And he gave me contractions. I'm so excited to hold this little baby girl. They're pretty close together, and they hurt, so that's a good thing. Holy f***. What? My dog knows that there's something wrong with me. Everything's all ready. My bags are ready to go. And I'm so excited. But I'm just very monotone because I'm exhausted, hungry, and in pain. I feel like I should have filmed everything that happened before this moment, but last thing on my mind, I'm probably gonna shit everywhere. I just feel like that's gonna happen. I'm at this hospital. I already rate them a 0 out of 10 because they're making me walk to the 4th floor, dog. Like, swear they're supposed to wheel me, but okay. So I'm currently hold on. I was literally starting to talk and I was getting a contraction. I'm currently at the hospital feeling and looking busted as ever, but I'm dilated 4 to 5 centimeters, she said. So I'm stoked as these contractions hurt like really bad though, but other than that, we're gonna figure out where to put me, and then I'm gonna call my mom up here. These contractions are getting pretty gnarly. I'm so excited. I'm in my room, but I'm in pain. It's okay. I'm stoked. I kind of want to take a nap. And my mom's gonna come up here soon in a second. And I'm ready to have this baby. I'm 5 centimeters dilated. That's what I was trying to say earlier. They moved me to this room. And here I am. And I'm ready. Bye. I obviously had baby. That shit was crazy. Definitely one of the craziest things I've ever experienced, and definitely one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced. That was the moment. Like, giving birth was the moment. It's okay, baby. Hold on, let me grab her. I gave birth September 27th at 3 in the morning. I thought I was gonna have her September 26th, but it was a long process. At 10 o'clock at night, around, 10 o'clock at night. Oh my goodness. It's okay, my baby. What happened? You hungry? Let me smell. September 25th, around 10 p.m., I was having contractions. Mind you, the entire day before, I thought I was constipated all day. My stomach was hard as a rock, and I was so angry and mad because I just felt like shit. That night, it was the whole pants thing, and I was pissed. Sorry, girl. And then that night, I ended up getting contractions. I didn't think that they were contractions because I've never had a baby before. So I thought that my tummy was just hurting and that I was constipated. So I kept it to myself because prior to this, I did end up going to the hospital, and it was a false alarm, and it was a waste of my time because they sent me home. So I kept all of this to myself. I was getting pains, but they weren't like super consistent. So I didn't say anything. And then I took a shower, got out of the shower, and then they were a lot more consistent, and they were about 10 to 12 minutes apart. And the only reason why I suspected that they were contractions was because it was right on the dot, 10 to 12 minutes apart. So I knew at that point that I was having contractions, but they weren't serious. They hurt a little bit, but they were just a little uncomfortable. My brother's girlfriend came over, and I heard her, so I told them. I told my brother and his girlfriend. My brother was like, you should tell Mom. And that's exactly what I did. I went into my mother's room and I told her, hey, I think I'm having contractions, but I don't know if they're contractions. And I timed them from beginning to end. So from that night at 10 p.m. when they started, I timed every single one. I got no sleep. I was up the whole night counting every single one. I think I slept for maybe like an hour because I was just so excited. Then I woke up in the next day, and they were stronger and closer together. I ended up going to PetSmart with my mom to get my puppy a bed, literally while I was contracting and in pain. They just got stronger and stronger, but I could handle them. It did get a lot harder to talk through them, and I did have to stop in my tracks for a couple of them. So I was like, okay, they're getting stronger. And then around 1, I was like, we have to go because it's happening. When I got to the hospital, they checked me, did all that stuff. I literally walked up the damn 4 floors up. They didn't wheel me, so that was cool. Literally stopped like every 5 minutes in my tracks. And then they wouldn't open the doors to the labor and delivery area. Like, you had to buzz to get in, and they weren't opening them. And I was just like, is this really happening right now? They told me that I was 5 centimeters when I got there, and then they gave me a room. Once I was in the room, I called my mom up, and we were chilling there for a while. I made it all the way to 8.5 centimeters without taking anything. I ended up taking pain medicine through my IV. Can't remember what it was called, but that fucked me up. I have no idea what it was called though, but I just remember being like very in and out of it, like very whoopy and loopy. If I ever got roofied, I feel like that's how it would feel. But I've never been roofied. Every time I tried to be coherent, I would knock out.
and not be coherent. My mom went to go get my dad downstairs and they didn't come back for a minute, so I was just in pain by myself. And at this point I was hanging onto the rails and I was getting very agitated because I was in so much pain. I didn't know how much I was dilated because they hadn't checked me, but then they ended up checking me and I was 8.5 centimeters. My parents came back in and I was literally crying. My mom told me that I totally could have made it, but I honestly don't think I could have because I did get the epidural. I don't think that I could do it. 8.5 was so painful. I couldn't imagine how I would feel at 10 centimeters and then pushing this baby out. Couldn't do it. So I told them to give me the epidural. I said, give it to me right now, please. And they ended up giving it to me. And I think they gave it to me around 9 o'clock, but I have no idea because I had already lost track of time. I think that if I didn't get it, she definitely would have been in this world sooner. But because I did it, it did delay some things. I was contracting very close together at that point when I was 8.5 before the epidural. And then once I got it, it really slowed down my contraction. She ended up coming the next day at 3 a.m. She was safe and I was safe and healthy and everything was all good, so that's all that matters. But I was aiming for a natural, or not natural, just a drug-free birth experience, but that didn't happen. We waited a few hours. It was just a waiting game at that point. And I was on my phone, I was talking to people, I was FaceTiming people, I was chilling. I couldn't feel shit, couldn't feel my legs, couldn't move my right leg. After that, I took a nap. They ended up coming in and breaking my water for me. And at that point, I think I was 9 centimeters. I ended up napping again after they broke my water and they came back in to check me at 1:30. And when they came back in, I was ready. I was 10 centimeters and she was ready to come out.
I'm back.
Ew. At 1:30, her head was already like there, like you could see her head, and they were ready to go. The only thing that we were waiting on at that point was for me because I couldn't feel anything, so I wasn't able to push. I tried and they were like, nothing's happening, so they were like, we're just gonna wait on you. And that kind of aggravated me because I was like, I've been waiting this whole time for her and now she's ready and now we're waiting on me. Because I couldn't feel anything, it was very difficult to push. So I called the nurses back in and I said, can we try, please? And lo and behold, we tried. It all works out. I think I was pushing for about like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Not too long. It didn't really seem that long, to be honest. Like, it didn't seem like that long of a process. And I couldn't really feel anything. It was pretty calm. But she didn't end up coming at 3 in the morning. Everything was not as I planned, but it was an amazing experience. And she's perfect. She's the best little freaking angel ever. And she's smiling right now. She knows I'm talking about her, huh? I love her so much and I am so blessed that everything went well. The only thing that I would have to complain about this is I did tear, so they stitched me up and it's just uncomfortable. My body is getting back to its normal state, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just in pain and I'm adjusting and I'm tired, but it's all worth it. I don't think that I would be where I am right now if I wasn't pregnant. Like mentally, emotionally, physically, for sure. I just feel like I'm in such a good place right now and she's a blessing. I think that overall the experience was quite calm. I didn't have too crazy of an experience like some women do. The lighting is getting very bad, so I think I'm gonna end the video. I was supposed to film everything on this camera right here, but it didn't come in time. So unfortunately, everything's on my phone. Maybe the next video is gonna be a little bit better. Another thing, I feel like I'm awkward on camera, so hopefully the next couple of videos, I'm gonna be a little bit more loosey-goosey with it. That's that. Thank you for watching.